Hello and welcome back. Right, today is Mini Turbo. I think I've just caught it before it's exploded, which was lucky. On the last video for it, I just cleared it up, I just tidied it up, and I've since ordered a new turbo and some bits and bobs. They should all be here today. On the strength of that, I'm going to clean it. On the strength of that, I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to strip the front end off and get to the turbo. I'm going to take the old one off. So luckily I've got my bike working, so I can bike around, and the weather's good, so I don't have to worry too much. So yeah, I'll bring that in and take the front end. I don't know if I can get to it without taking the front end off, or take the front end off just because the sake of taking the front end off. I'm not precious of time. I just want to do a good job. So yeah, once I get the turbo off, I think the old turbo, the Garrett turbo, I'm going to change the internals and then probably put that one back on, because this one that I've got, it's a cheap Chinese one, I imagine. But yeah, I don't know. They're not as good as the Garrett turbos. I mean, this one's lasted 155,000 miles. This next one will probably only last 20,000 miles, but we'll see. I don't know. But that's the idea anyway. Right, let's bring it in and let's go. Anyone want a washing machine? Jesus Christ, I'm sick of seeing it. Right, we're pulling it in on the makeshift ramp. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do it. Just gives you enough fettling room there at the front. That's all you need. Right, wash machine. Can put that. Might have to put it underneath there after all. Right, always chock your back wheels as well. So back wheels are chocked. If you don't know what a chock is, it's something to stop your wheels from rolling backwards. Right, we're set up, we're ready to go. If you're into mechanicking and don't have one of these Alford sets, this thing has like been the best thing ever. Must have had this, bloody hell, about 15 years. Only thing I've lost is an 8mm socket. That's the only thing. Oh, and then probably a selection of those, but other than that, I always made sure that I put everything back in here, and this has pretty much been everything I've ever needed. There's an adapter in there for a gudunka, a jugga, whatever it is. That's about it. So yeah, everything you ever need in these Alpha sets, and this one I think it was about 120 quid, and it was a lifetime guarantee. So if some of these, if you cracked them, they'd just replace them for you. So you take them into the Alford shop and they'd replace them. So it's can't go wrong. So yeah, I've only broke a few of these in my time, and that's about it. What a good little set. Alright, let's get cracking. Delivery's still not turned up, but it turns out I already had these. Right, let's get stripped down. Let's get stripped off. So what we can see, so let's say the turbo was sticking, and I don't know if it was seized and it's like kind of imploded back through the engine somehow, maybe through here. Shh. I don't know. Right, let's strip this down. so I've just had a quick look online. I don't know why this is for sale. Honestly, there's loads of websites selling this, but I don't know why you'd swap it. I don't even know what it is. But like say, if that's leaked into the air intake, that would probably be the reason why there's oil everywhere. I don't know, could be the seal that's popped off, but that doesn't excuse the fact that this turbo was seized. Now I don't know if there's not enough oil getting up through this feed pipe, that's the other thing. If that gets blocked, it'd starve the turbo of oil and it wouldn't work, so that could be another factor. Looking at this, I should have just got the internals for it because it looks an absolute piece of cake to swap. This turbo has been off before. See, that bolt's not all the way in, which might help me get it out, and then that one I've got to try and get to. I've took the oil return pipe off. I just need to get the oil feed pipe off as well. Undo these 4 bolts, and then this one should be free to go. Oh, that beautiful sound of a crack, that's what we like. Oh yes. Beautiful. 11mm that for no reason whatsoever. Right, okay, so that's come off quite nice. Those two have undone. There's just these bottom ones to get to. There, that one's halfway out. And then this oil feed pipe. Be interesting to see what the oil looks like in there. Because the problem is with that, as it runs up past here, it gets hot. And if it gets hot and the oil's a bit manky, it'll clog up. And if it clogs up, it starves the turbo. Using the biggest. Never used this before. It's a HW10. See if it cracks off. It's oil, it's good. Washer, not good, that's gone. So I've dropped a spanner. And I seem to have dropped it in the depths of Mordor because I can't seem to find it. It's literally disappeared. I thought it was trapped between the heat shield of the cat. It's not there. Cannot see it anywhere. Alrighty then. What we've got here. Can't remember what I've ordered, but there's a box here. Oh, let's open it, find out. Oh, love new shit. Fish and chips. Oh, I know where it is. Oil filter. Looks good. That bad boy. And oil. Yes. So it'll get a service if nothing else. Is that it? I thought I got everything. I like that. So there's the filter, the oil, and an oil sump plug. And in brackets it said inside oil filter box. Saves ringing them up. It's in there, look. Or the washer is anyway. That's it, that's all it needs. Awesome. Right, where's this bloody spanner? Right, it's like slowly but surely it is coming out. Still lost my spanner, and I need to pick up a copper washer down there as well, which is gone. Hopefully once this is off it'll give me a little bit more room. Yeah, and I don't know how I'm going to get to that one yet. Might have to come through the front, but these cars are just not designed to be taken to pieces. That's the top and bottom of it. Just keep persevering and that should come off. And I think, to be fair, should have just got the internals for that, because that looks relatively straightforward, just to undo all that, take that off and put the new one on. But I was just a little bit scared that it didn't come with everything I needed. But yes, anyway, we'll get it off, keep going and see what happens. I'm more worried about my spanner. It's worth more than care. Right, we've got it. So this is a third bolt. To be fair, all this has actually come off quite good. I couldn't do this for a living though, honestly. If you're a mechanic, I feel sorry for you. And if you work for somebody else as a mechanic, I feel sorry for you. Because honestly, it must be a bloody nightmare. I mean, I'm only doing this in my own leisure. And I mean, I only need this car for work and I'm not that bothered about doing that. So, yeah, to do it as a full-time job, I feel for you. Right, head cam. I've managed to get this bottom bolt moving. I can see why someone left it off in the first place, but persevered with it. Managed to get it off. I don't know if you can see, because I can't see what you can see. Right, see that there? Just having to slowly put it on, take it off. We're unlimited. I've got this here, this contraption, which just gives me enough room to get it in, turn it, take it back off, put it back on, turn it, and hopefully, just a little bit at a time. Oh, I've got my fingers on it now, should come off. Right, there's it go, there it goes. It's fallen into Mordor. I'm still missing a 30mm spanner and socket down there somewhere, but this now should come off. Let's have a look. Needs to come off straight, really, which it's not doing. Give it a wiggle. Where's my primer? Give it a pry. She's stuck. That heat shield is an absolute nightmare. It's been in the way all the time, but to try and take it off, there's a little bolt down there I just can't reach. I haven't got any pry bars, all I've got is this, which a pry bar's usually got a flat end on it. There we go. Uno turbo. Oh. It's touched. And there it is. There's the hat. I've got it's a boy. And there you go. I think that's all it took, about 3 hours to get that off. Honestly, being a mechanic, it'd be good if you're not stuck for time or you don't get pissed off easy. I mean, even if you're just doing it for fun, it soon gets not fun. But yeah, could have just quite easily swapped the internals over on this, but I didn't really know what it consisted of, because that bit there will be fine. So it's this with the bearing and the seal and stuff. But in here, I'll shine some light in, isn't very well, but it still makes me think that it's something to do with that valve cover, because that's letting oil in, and I don't know why it needs that. No idea. Now it seems fine, like other than the chunks out of the propeller, which means something's hit it from the airflow side. But there's no wiggle in it. But when I did come to it, it was seized. So I don't know. I've got a new one now anyway, so we're going to put that on. Right, so clean dipstick there. Look, can we see it? Let's dip it and see what happens. Because what I did notice was it was a little bit full. And I don't know if that's the reason why. Yeah, look. I mean, it's parked on a bit of an angle, but look at all that's on there. I think there's too much oil in this. So we're going to drop the oil. We're going to do that while we wait for that turbo to turn up. And I'm hoping it turns up today. It's actually looks pretty good underneath here. All this oil preserved it. I've been upside down, me working on it. I'm just glad it's not raining. Is my pan big enough? Ready? Should have run it first, but I don't think it matters too much. Don't know where the washer is.
Yeah, that is short work of it.
You done it?
Yeah, knocks it straight off. I just put these on bench for you. Yeah.
No probs. Right, that's the oil dropped. Always remember to put the plug back in before you top the oil back up. Might find some old oil and just run it through. What we got here is this motor oil. That'll do. Just going to just pour this in just to clean it up. Right, just chucked a bit of that through. The thing is with diesels, you never, as soon as you do an oil change, engine, it's black. Right, let's get this off. Get that filter in, see if it's the right one. Right, let's crack this off. There you go, that's what we need. Oh, she's black. Oh. I think I need tissue this side at the bloody shop, not this side. The oil filter is out. Here we go. Here's the new one. So far it looks the same, so I'll take this out. Somehow, I think you screw it, seem to want to come out. Don't know how you do it. I think this should just pull. It's not doing. Okay. That just pops in. Now, as a good rule of thumb is just to top this back up with oil. But this mounts in this way. So even if I just top it up, when I go like that, it's just going to pour out of it. So I don't know. That's it. Don't need to be too tight. So that's it. We're just waiting now for the turbo to arrive. I think it's going to be tomorrow. But yes, I also think that this car was running too much oil, and it's come up, bubbled up through the air intake and come through the turbo. I don't think it's the turbo at fault at the moment, but what worried me was the fact it was seized and there is bits taken off the turbine in there. So I think we'd have got a little bit more out of it. Everywhere just needed cleaning up, so is what it is. Also, we've lost a 13mm spanner. That's disappeared into Mordor down there, never to be seen again. Literally nowhere it could be, and I still can't find it. But I can't see how it's slipped and gone down the back of that, but who knows. Anyway, that's gone as we know it. That'll just drop out on somebody as I'm going down the motorway. It's not funny, is it? At least I'll know where it is. But yeah, everything has been pretty good. I mean, this heat shield has absolutely been in the way, but the exhaust bolts have come off nicely. This one was a bit of a pig to get to, but managed to persevere with it, and it was half on from the previous person, which made it a little bit easier. Yeah, other than that, the turbo feed was easy to get out, the pipes were easy to get off, just time and a bit of wiggling. Right, cut to me with the turbo in my hand. Ooh, right, turbo is here. Let's have a look, see if it's the same. It's like a little baby owl. Right, how do we... Yeah, let me get some more new exhaust studs. I don't know how I'm going to get those out. Right. I bet that's what they say. It's only guaranteed if you fit these studs. And nobody's going to do that, are they? No. There's the part number. GT1544V. I think that's what this says on it. It's GT1445. 15 GT5 GT1544V. Right, it's the same ish. Feels good. It's nice. Right, so it doesn't come with this, so I'm gonna have to put the one off there onto it. So it doesn't come with the oil feed, and then the oil return doesn't come with that either. I don't know how that goes on. Oh, just threaded there, the looks of that. Let's compare that to the existing one. And it looks very, very similar. Very good. Right, so I've just got to take off the oil return pipe off this one and stick it on the new one. So we'll do that first. So it's just two HW5s. I thought they were T something or other. But yeah, HW5s. That should just crack off. Lovely. And this one just cracks off. Comes with a new gasket as well. I'll just clean that up on the wire wheel. Right, so confirming this, now my suspicions of that Mini was that the oil level was too high, and that's what's caused the problems, and it's something I've only noticed afterwards. for whatever reason didn't check it. I just made sure that there was oil in it, and it's my fault really for not thoroughly checking the oil level, but since then I have checked it and it's a little bit high. And then reading this, number 4, look, oil level too high, blocks drain from turbo, causing oil leaks from turbo, which I kind of feel like it's gone up and kind of, so yeah, I think like there's nowhere for it to drain because there's too much in it, and it's kind of pissed it out everywhere. So I feel like that's what's happened. So I don't feel like there was a problem with this turbo. I just feel like the oil level was too high, but I just don't get why it was stuck solid. Maybe it was like a hydro lock, kind of, maybe a bit of an hydro lock on it. Does oil cause hydro lock? I think it can. If an engine's too full of oil, it can lock itself, and I think that's probably what it's done. But we're going to put this new turbo on anyway, and see how we get on, and top it up with oil, check it, and we should be back up and running. Yeah, on this diagram it shows you that's a restriction of the feed. The return pipe is damaged, look. So that's saying no, that's saying if the oil level's too full. That's saying it's perfect because the oil level is right and there's enough for it to return. And then this is saying it's wrong because there's not enough oil in it, I think. I don't know. What's number 6 saying? High crankcase pressure can stop oil from draining, causes oil leaks from turbo. So high crankcase pressure for whatever reason. But yeah, I definitely think oil level too high has caused all these problems. But here we go. We live and we learn, don't we? So right, let's get this stuff swapped over and let's do it. So I'm just going to take that off there and clean that up. That's the oil return. You just look at the stuff that's in here at the moment. Look at this. Look at that. Should be nice clean oil, and that you've ended up with shite. And I wonder if any of that is magnetic, because that means there's metal in there somewhere. No, just, oh, that does, but that's lucky. And it wants to stick to the bench, but luckily it doesn't pick the oil up. It's a good thing. So we'll clean that out, clean it up, ready to be fitted on the new turbo. I was going to use the old bench grinder, but this is a cable for it. So I thought I'd put a new plug on it. Plugs all fell to pieces. And then this is what the rest of it looks like. No good. So that's another job. That wants flexing up then. Might just have to rub it by hand. Have to do it the manual way. Now that's not working. Don't show them this bit. Clean that up by hand instead. Didn't take much doing. Yeah. So that surface there, look, is nice and clean. To be fair, I've got a bloody perfectly good vise down there. I could just put that back on. Never mind. Right, let's bolt this up. You've got a new gasket here. So that's the old gasket there for the return. That's the feed, and that there is the exhaust onto the exhaust manifold. So all new gaskets going on. So rightly or wrongly, I just like to put a bit of oil on here. Oh, and a bit we've got. So just a bit on this side and a bit on this side. that on there, it just creates a nice bed for it to sit on. Just stops it moving. Just got to make sure that gasket's not covering the hole either. So there you go. Nice clean fit. Beautiful. Which way did this go? Can't remember. That's on. So that's the hole return on. We've got this little stud here. That kind of, it's just a locating stud. That's fine. That's on. The gasket to go on there. Spin that around. What else were they? Something else. Oh, those bottom studs here. Straight in. I don't know if these should have some kind of duck butter on them, stop them vibrating loose, but I haven't got any, so just not having any. Can only go in finger tight because there's no other way of tightening them up. And there you have it. Right, okay, so here, she's here waiting for us. Look at that scruffy old mess. The only thing I can think now is if the intercooler's picked up some oil. So just to check that, I'll just drop that bottom hose off and just inspect it, because last thing you want is turning it on and it's sucking a load of oil back through. So we'll just have a look at that. Right, that's it. So studs are on, got his gasket, return pipes on. We've got a washer there for the feed pipe to go on to. We've got this locating lug. We just need to fill that up with oil once we get it all in. So right, let's get it fitted. Can you see me, mother? It looks like there's two inlets. So there's like a non-turbo side and an intercooler side. Never seen that before. And why would I? I'm a bloody electrician. Right, I think I'm going to struggle. There's no movement in that whatsoever. I'm struggling to line it up, and I don't want to damage anything on there trying to force it in. So I'm going to take these studs out, so this might make it a little bit easier. I'll try this one because it's closer to get to. Right, hopefully. Right, that should hopefully give us a little bit more elbow room. In fact, I'll try and take that other one out, because that was quite easy. And then this one was actually just finger tight. Nice. Is now just to get those bottom bolts back in, because they are a pig. So just cut to me with the bottom bolts in. So as you can see, they're not there. Can't even see them anyway, but they're not in. I'll let you know when they are. What time is it? Right, I've literally been 50 minutes trying to get that on there. So I've managed to get the bottom stud in and started. I just haven't got enough wiggle room to tighten it up. So I'm just going to drop this pipe off there and take that pipe out, and hopefully I can push that enough back to get it going, because it's not half in bloody way. Bloody hell. Still not got those bottom bolts in. Time's it about 2:30 now, so it's like an hour and a half later. No, it's 23, an hour and 40 minutes later, still not got it in. Cup of tea, and it's raining. have to bring it in. No good. Get that out. Anyway, right, let's pull it in a little bit further. It's stopped, but I don't know how long for. Let's just carry on. Managed to find a trusty old drop forge steel 30mm spanner, because mine is still in the midst of Mordor somewhere down there. Literally no idea where that's gone. No idea at all. But I can just get this on. Just get a turn on it. It's a half turn, probably about every 30 seconds. It's everything and anything it's in its way down here at the moment. The return pipe is in the way. The feed pipe is in the way. There's not much literature on these online actually. Not much. Probably indestructible. No one works on them. Put too much oil in them and they blow up. So turns out too much oil and not enough oil are just as bad as each other. But we're getting there now. Look at this. There we go. Oh, she's on. She's off. She's on. Right, these new nuts here, they're not flanged like the ones that I've taken off. And now I think these are okay for now. I just think if anyone comes to it in the future, they've literally got half a spanner on it. So I don't should just take those off and put the flange ones back on. So I'm going to put these flanged ones on, just gives it a little bit more lift. So for whoever changes it next, it'll be easy for them. That's if this car sees another turbo. Rain's coming. Oh. For fuck's sake. Nice. Right, okay. Started off funny. Now it's not so bloody funny. Right, I've just got to keep going, because if not, we'll be here till bloody midnight. It's not what I want. Slow progress here today. Right, we're inside, we're semi-dry. We're a bit lower than what we were, but we're all on top. So, well, there's a bit on bottom, but these things are sent to test us. Right, let's keep going. Right, the bolts. The turbo is bolted on now with all 4 bolts, which is good. Right, so there's the exhaust to get back on. Well, there's all the rest of it now to build back up. Let's go. So fasten this up with a 16mm spanner. This is the exhaust manifold from the turbo. I haven't got a deep 16. See, so deep. Where should we have it? Something like this. Easy to get to. Right, so the next thing is going to be the oil return, which is at the bottom, which I've just pushed up out of the way. Which is just a rubber pipe with a heat shield on it. Hopefully, yeah, get to that. So that just slots on there, like so. And that is your return. There we go. It's on nicely. Just got a little scruffy space suit on. Right, just fasten that up. Right, the pipe is on here. That is on. There we go. That pipe, return pipe, is on. Right, before we put the feed pipe on, I'm just going to fill that with oil. So can you see at the bottom there, there's just like a tiny pinprick. And that's what feeds the turbine with oil. Now if you look at the old turbo, that is pretty much non-existent. Filled full of shite. So it's absolutely clogged solid, look. You can't even see it. Nothing. So that's probably another reason why it was seized solid. It might have got too hot and just seized up temporarily. I don't know, but it's not good. So yeah, might not have been that, but the oil in it it's so caked up. But can only be better. Oil change, oil filter, new turbo. She's going to run like an absolute dream. I don't know why I'm stood like this, but she's going to run like a dream from here on out. As long as it does another year or another 10,000 miles, that's all I'm bothered about. See, you turn this off. Ooh. Can't see absolute nothing now. Right, where are we at? Let's see. It's because I've manipulated that bloody feed pipe that much. It's kind of misshaped it a little bit. So it's under a bit of pressure to go back on. Should be okay. I just don't want to cross thread it to bend it back into shape. Right, the heat shield is the next thing to go on. Now these are pretty lame, but they are pretty useful, because if heat gets to like the engine, like the valve cover or the pipes, the return pipes or the flow pipes, the heat does cause the oil just to thicken up a little bit, and especially if it's got to go through little holes and stuff, it does start to cake up. So these are pretty important to put back on. So we're looking good. There's only 2 pipes and this to put back on. That's pretty much as spares. So I'll are you ready? Right, there we go. It is back together. Some plugs in. There's just that clip to do for the turbo. I'll do that in a minute. Some plugs in. Just need to top it up with oil now. I think on this it's 4.5 litres, 4.5, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it on the dipstick. So right, let's top it up and then we should be ready to start it.
Here.
I may or may not have just overfilled that, but we'll give it 10 minutes, let it run down to the bottom, and we shall check it. Right, we're ready, we're nearly ready for starting, but we've just had a bit of a problem. We're just getting this back up. We pushed it back outside because the sun's come out, so we pushed it back onto. Right, we're back. Right, it's back outside, back on the ramps, kick that over. But I'm struggling to get a level on the oil. Now, it's a bit of a pain, because I've just dropped some oil out of it thinking I put too much in. I think it takes 4.5 litres, and I've put just over 4.5 on it. So I drained a bit out because it was showing it's full. Now I can't seem to get it right. I'm going to drop it off here and see what happens. Still showing a little bit high. I'll show you what I mean here. I'll just drop. Show you. Ragged in. So you can see the engine. That oil's absolutely black bright. But dunk that in, clean it up. Doesn't help that the engine, well, the car currently is on a bit of an angle, but I didn't want to drop it down just in case I needed. Look how high that is. Still. Right, okay, so I've just topped the oil up, and I've just assumed for some reason, I've just got onto Google and typed in the engine, what engine it is, and it comes up as 4.5, and I just thought, yeah, 4.5, I'll just fill up 4.5 out of here. I've just looked, it's actually 3.7 litres, so I've put in 1.2 litres more than probably it should have been, so yeah, just got to drain some out before I start it. That's probably why it's showing a little bit high, because it is. And I think someone else has just done the same though, because it was high when I first got it. Both of us have done it. What a pair of... But at least I've noticed it. I just want to say though, before I start this, because that's going to be the end of the TV programme, it has been relatively good. Like, every bolt there has come off nice. We were short of room, but I managed to get it with the angle with these bits. Managed to get it with that, so I managed to get that fourth bolt back on. It is relatively, that was pretty good. I don't want to jinx it because I haven't started it, but I can't see as there been a problem. But I think the main problem was that this was over oiled, too much oil in it, and I can't help but think that has been the major problem. So I mean, I've just done the same mistake, misread it, put 4.5 in, and it's actually on the Mobile website, and the Halfords website shows us 3.7. So yeah, just drained it down. Sure, it on the what would have been better off is measuring it before you pour it in. So measure, and I think that would be the proper way of doing it, is measuring the oil and then pouring it in, and in that way you know it's got exactly 3.7, whereas now it's just a bit of a guess on the dipstick. But yeah, drained a hell of a lot more out, and it is showing, because at one point I thought it's giving me a wrong reading, but yeah, far too much oil in there. Right, let's start it up. Well, I think that is a success. Not bad for a Sparky. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. If you made it this far, thank you very much. And if you made it this far without liking and subscribing, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. I don't know where it's going to be. Might be putting that Evo back together, so if you're interested in that, follow me for more. Right, so I'll see you later. Thank you. Goodbye. There she is. In a boost. All right.